When we at Car and Driver are picking our 10 best cars, we're looking at three things. Number one, how well does a car do what it's supposed to do? Number two, how much value does it deliver? Number three, does it put a smile on our face?
From across the country and around the globe, our editors convened to test 55 different automobiles.
We narrowed the nominees down to about 60, devoted an entire week to driving all of them back to back.
We ran these cars ragged over 5 days from an undisclosed location in rural Michigan.
It's not easy getting in and out of 55 cars in a week.
There are no categories, we just pick our 10 favorite cars.
We compared notes and expressed our preferences.
It wasn't just the math, it was the debates to defend the numbers that you put on your sheet.
Even local law enforcement gave us their opinion. They thought the Honda Fit was pretty fast.
And these were the 10 very best cars that came out of that process. The BMW 3 Series has made our 2008 10 Best list for the 17th consecutive time. It's a record, and the reason is the 3 Series is the ultimate sports sedan.
It may look expensive on paper, but the 3 Series still offers great value for money, whether you go for the twin-turbo 335i or the regular naturally aspirated 328i.
Cadillac CTS. Now this is finally the CTS that GM has always been promising us.
Its interior will absolutely shock anyone who hasn't been in a Cadillac recently. Heck, it'll shock anyone who has been in a Cadillac recently.
The Chevy Corvette, which comes as either the coupe, the high-powered Z06, or convertible, is truly America's sports car.
One word, fast. Very hard to keep it under posted speeds, and I have the paperwork to prove it.
You only need to know a couple of things about the Chevy Corvette, and one of them is that for the price, no other performance car on the planet can match it.
The new 2008 Chevrolet Malibu makes our 10 Best list for the first time.
At long last, here's an American sedan that can compete with the best from Japan.
This is a family sedan. It's got a lot of room inside, and it starts under $20,000.
Particularly with the four-cylinder, the Malibu represents a very compelling value, and that is exactly what a Chevrolet should represent.
The Honda Accord has almost everything in one well-priced package.
This year they've added more power, a bunch more space to the back seat, and it still drives like an Accord, which is to say best in class.
It drives a lot smaller than it looks on the outside.
With the V6 and a 6-speed manual, it just doesn't get any better.
Who says that good things don't come in small packages? The Honda Fit is proof positive that they can.
It's a tiny little car on the outside, but on the inside it has tremendous space. The back seat is roomy for adults, and it also folds down and creates a cavern, kind of like what you get in a minivan, though not quite as big.
It's really fun to drive. It brings excitement to the budget car segment, starting around $14,000.
The Mazda MX-5, car formerly known as the Miata, is always a favorite around here.
It embodies lightweight and low power for a really good fun package.
Leave it to Mazda to keep the magic alive for 18 years in a row.
For the price, there's more driving fun to be had in that car than anything else.
The Mazda Speed 3 is really great because not only does it combine the practical cargo versatility of a hatchback, but it's got the heart of a sports car and is just flat-out fun to drive.
The fun to drive part comes from a turbocharged 2.3-liter four-cylinder engine that makes 263 horsepower. It's a rocket ship.
It's wrapped up in a 5-door hatchback, a lot of storage space, and it puts a big smile on your face.
It's the cheap hooligan's car personified. Everyone who drove the Boxster and the Cayman came away grinning.
Thank goodness we were allowed to vote for them both as a 2-in-1.
The steering is wonderfully responsive, the chassis is responsive, everything just responds to you in a way that make all other cars seem very dull.
These cars aren't inexpensive. They go from about $45,000 to $65,000, but they prove that value doesn't mean cheap. Value is goodness divided by price, and there's a lot of goodness to be had in these Porsches.
Now, if I had to own one car, it might very well be the Volkswagen GTI.
A lot of what we love about the new GTI is what we loved about the original GTI. It's relatively affordable, it's very practical, it's quick on its feet, it's responsive, it's fun to drive, it has a beautiful interior.
Plaid seats in 2007? Awesome.
The 2-liter turbo engine is punchy and very responsive, and the whole car feels solid, and it just kind of has that high quality feel that I really admire.